I want to talk something about this book and other things connected to it. Can you see this book?
Yeah,
Can you see the title?
you can come closer.
It is a book. The name of it is Hindu Dharma.
Mm.
And there is a picture of a seated Swamigal.
Mm.
This Swamigal is the Brahmacharya, senior Shankaracharya of the Kanchi Shankaracharya,
Mm.
who passed away some years back.
Mm.
He was considered to be a living god.
Mm.
And he has written all these things for her sake.
Mm.
What he did, he wrote these during so many years as a series of weekly or fortnightly articles in one of these Tamil journals like Andhra or
Oh, really? Okay.
Kalki or something. It was all in Tamil and it was very voluminous over a long period of time. And as time passed, people realized more and more how he was not an ordinary man, but so, he was somebody who has come here for our sake. And later they wanted to compile it. And they made it as Daivatin Kural, as a book in Tamil. Now, Tamil means only a small percentage of the Indian population, Hindu population, can read Tamil. So this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, an organization set up by K.M. Munshi, is known as Kulapati K.M. Munshi. He was in the 1950s, 40s, 50s, 60s, Gujarati, very devout person, very earnest person. He said this Hindu culture has to be revived. So he set up a Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan grew, and his right hand man was Mr. Ramakrishnan. The two of them together built it up into a huge organization only devoted to Hindu religion and culture. So this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and Ramakrishnan picked up this Daivatin Puran, which was all penned by Brahmacharya of Kanchi, and they got somebody to translate it with all the nuances. And you know what you write in Tamil, the word will have implications or nuances which cannot be transported into another language. So they got somebody who would do all that, and then they published this. This is called our Hindu
Dharma.
Hindu Dharma, published by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And I have had this book for about 50, 60 years. It's a very expensive book, very full of things which the Swamiyal, Maha Swamiyal has spoken or written on an ordinary conversational tone. Concerning every single thing, it's not quantification. It's just discussing normal things, routine things, day-to-day things, and bringing in the relevance of that for the particular reason why we do it according to our Hindu religion. So I'm looking at this. This is one particular foundation which I think is important. Kanchi Mahaparivar. The Mahdi, there are people all over India. I'll give you a second example is my favorite Ramana Maharshi. He, of course, was illiterate, not learned, but he got all his knowledge, wisdom, everything from texts. And he would not even say much or do much, just be sitting there. And through his eyes, he communicated. He used to do that for a lifetime. He lived to a very ripe old age and died. Even Swami in Kanchi Swamigal, like that. Raghavendra Swamigal, you must have heard of him. He was in, so Raghavendra Swamigal was like that. These people are people who do not care about name, fame, position, culture, everything. They are immersed and lost in God. And therefore, they do whatever they do because of that. Have you heard of Sadashiva Brahmendra? Sadashiva Brahmendra he was another man. He had nothing of interest in anything. He was Brahman himself. Only his bodily form was there. And he would just be wandering around and people, these people do not advertise themselves. They do not say, I am man of God, I am this, I'll tell you this, I'll teach you. No, they are only interested in focusing on the divine. But just like a flower attracts bees, these people attract other people who are very keen on being near to God. Because this person is as near to God as a person, as a human being can get. So Sadashiva Brahmendra was like that. And they will write, they'll speak, they are ordinary human beings, do everything, but they have elevated themselves so much on this spiritual plane that they are very special. And in India, we have got hundreds and thousands of them who are not documented. But they are the living religion of India, the Hindu culture and religion. Sadashiva Brahmendra was just like that, he'll write, Manasa San, you know that song.
Oh, that was by him.
Mani, Manasa San, you know. So he's just writing because he wants to come in. Gyaneshwar, this Maharashtra, all those things. In every state, no, in Maharashtra, there's so many Das and
Gundardas is Karnataka.
yeah, Karnataka, Maharashtra, it's all flows into same. So these are the people.
Tukaram.
So these are the people who create
So
maintain.
so
That is where religion.
So this is so I guess there is the bhakti saints from the medieval era during the Mughal era. And then following that, there's the modern saints or rishis or gurus where you have all the ones you said, Kanchi Periava, Raman Maharshi, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. This is all
gone.
during the British era and after. So the recent past, right?
Okay, go on.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is there's also a difference in the message they've tried to communicate, where previously it was a message of bhakti, during the deep, colonial, not colonial, but the rule of the, outsiders, where the bhakti movement had really taken off during the early and during the late medieval era and early modern era. And during the late modern era, which is the last 200 years, we've had several, in the last, let's say 200 years alone, we've had several gurus or people that have realized either through some way or the other, Ramakrishna or his student Vivekananda or Ramana Maharshi, these are two people that come to light. Also, Shirdi Sai Baba. These are all people in the recent past.
Okay, what's the point you are trying to make?
What I'm trying to say is the message they've been conveying is different, right? So the older folk you refer to, like Tukaram and those are all more bhakti saints, whereas the these are more based in Vedanta and Upanishad.
I think you are trying to create a relationship between these people and the political situation.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just stating that that was mostly based on devotion. This is mostly based on like realization or
It has always been based only on realization. See, as you know, the 9 ways of worship. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, these are said. So, these people, if you look at each one of them, they have nothing to do with the day to day life here. They are born and they are assimilated into God. And their only relationship is to that Godhead. They have nothing to do with the temporal, the government, the ruler, the civics, the politics. It's not the point. So they only live that life and do that. Have you heard of Pundanam? Pundanam. Just an ordinary Baba merchant. But under Guru and God, they will be worshipping. And this Nambudiri part. Narayan Bhattacharya part. Bhattacharya part, famous Sanskrit scholar, the whole community regarded him as a high scholar. And Pundanam was a Pavam only, he knows only Malayalam. But it's the devotion which counted. And Pundanam and Nambudiri, Bhattacharya part were in the same place at the same time. In the Guru.
yeah, I get it.
So it is not as if Pundanam did something because of the situation or Namboli. So
I'm not talking about the situation. I'm talking about the time.
no, the time. See these.
So when you
are
look
what-
at Mirabai, Tukaram, all of those people,
Ama.
they were based in bhakti to a particular God, right? A personal relationship with a particular God. Whereas a lot of these acharyas are, it's based on a thorough knowledge.
Hold
of
on.
the-
Sorry, that's the point that you are making.
Yeah.
This Acharya, my first point about the Kanchi Mahaperival. Kanchi Mahaperival Swamiji is a pontiff. He was not a bhakti saint. He was appointed as the pontiff of the Kanchi Matam. It's a authoritative political post or a religious post. He has a certain duty, responsibility, and etc. to uphold that thing. But Raghavendra Swamigal, what was the necessity? He had no such thing. Tyagaraja Swamigal, he had no such thing.
Mix the two.
Huh?
I mean, you're mixing saints with sages. They're different. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's a distinction. So saints are notable for their individual relationship with a particular deity.
Yes.
That's different from a sage.
Ah.
Himself is a conduit
Yeah.
for, so they are different. So someone like Ramana Maharshi, someone like Raghavendra Swami, someone like Ramakrishna, these are realized beings
Yes.
that themselves become conduits
Yes.
to help other
Yeah.
other beings in their path to realization.
Correct.
That is different from saints. You don't mix the two.
So, if you do this, Kanchi Mahaswami, his entire objective was to uphold Hindu Dharma as a authority for the Hindu religion. So he has written that why our people because of the British domination and the British schooling. They follow the British way of life. And the parents would like the children to talk in English, to dress like Englishmen, to behave like Englishmen, and to denigrate their own gods. So that is a very negative thing. That is all he's saying. And he is explaining each aspect of our Hindu religion on a day-to-day living basis, why it is, why it is, in a very deep and profound manner. So this book, it is very heavy reading, but I wish that more people would buy it and read it and give attention to it.
This is why we are doing these talks so that you can read it and use modern platforms to actually spread the message because no one, first of all, no one knows. Secondly, no one understands. Even if they know that that book exists, they don't have the background understanding to be able to understand what's in the book. So you need translators